I have a remarkable story to share, one that profoundly changed my life. It all started when I was working in the Seattle area, employed by King County as a supervisor in the probation department of the juvenile courts. I loved my job immensely. Working with adolescents was my passion, and I often said that I would continue doing it until the day I died. Little did I know how prophetic those words would become. On May 5th, 2006, my life took an unexpected turn. I experienced a severe pain in my side, which I recognized immediately as a kidney stone, having had them before. Confident that I could endure the pain until it subsided, I tried to wait it out. However, this time, the pain did not diminish. Instead, it grew unbearable, prompting me to visit the emergency room. I informed the medical staff that I had a kidney stone, anticipating the usual procedure of receiving morphine to alleviate the pain. In addition to the kidney stone, I had developed a kidney infection, necessitating antibiotics. The doctors decided to keep me overnight for observation and to perform an operation to remove the stone the following day. The operation itself went smoothly, and the stones were successfully broken up. However, a complication arose, one that no one could have predicted. The antibiotics I had been given were ineffective against my infection, and when the stones were broken up, the toxins entered my bloodstream, causing sepsis. My body began to shut down rapidly. According to medical records, I was clinically dead for about an hour and 45 minutes. Despite the gravity of the situation, I found myself surprisingly calm. As a devout Christian, I believed that I would go to heaven when I died. As my body failed, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace and acceptance. I vividly remember thinking, I'm going home. What happened next is difficult to describe adequately with words. I felt myself leaving my body, moving swiftly through the hospital floors, ascending into the sky, and beyond into outer space. The speed at which I traveled was astonishing, faster than the blink of an eye. As I journeyed through this vast expanse, I recalled a passage from the Bible that states, "To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord." That was exactly how it felt. As I continued, I noticed a light ahead, not unlike the proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. However, to me, it resembled a window, radiating a welcoming glow. As I passed through this window, I was enveloped by an all-encompassing sense of peace. Everything felt perfect. There was no pain, no fear, no agitation. It was as if I had finally arrived home. In this heavenly realm, I felt a profound sense of belonging. Everything around me, the trees, the flowers, even the very air, seemed to welcome me with open arms. The beauty and harmony of this place were beyond anything I had ever experienced. It was then that I realized how out of place I had felt on earth compared to the perfect peace I found here. My deepest desire, which I hadn't fully recognized until that moment, was to see Jesus Christ face to face. Heaven, I realized, was not just a place, but a person, Jesus. As I made my way through a forest of trees, I sensed that Jesus was on the other side. The trees seemed to part before me, as if saying, "He's going to see the King." When I emerged from the forest into a wide open space, I saw Jesus. He was standing slightly to my left, surrounded by angels and redeemed souls, people who had left earth and now resided in heaven. Overwhelmed by the sight, I approached him, but instead of standing before him, I fell to my knees and gazed at his feet. The sheer gratitude I felt for what he had done for me filled my entire being. I couldn't help but repeatedly thank him, knowing that it was only through his sacrifice that I was there. As I slowly raised my eyes from his feet to his face, I felt an incredible love emanating from every part of him. His very presence conveyed a sense of absolute forgiveness and acceptance, as if I had never once disobeyed him. This realization was both humbling and uplifting. It made me understand the true depth of His love and the power of His forgiveness. After some time, Jesus communicated to me that it was not my time to stay in heaven. He told me I had to return to earth. Although I felt a deep sense of reluctance, I understood that my journey was not yet complete. As I prepared to leave, I soared over the forest, experiencing the breathtaking beauty of heaven once more. The mountains and rivers below me seemed alive, moving and shimmering with an indescribable vibrancy. Returning to Jesus, I felt His light wrap around me, filling me with strength and peace. He reiterated that it was not my time and that I needed to go back. This time, I noticed my family, my grandmother Mary and other relatives, standing nearby, welcoming me with radiant smiles. Their joy and love were palpable, and I realized how important family was in heaven. Even those I hadn't expected to see were there, having met God's criteria for entry, not mine. Finally, with a sense of duty and purpose, I accepted Jesus' command to return. As I re-entered my body, I was aware of the doctors around me who had ceased their efforts and were preparing to sign my death certificate. Suddenly, the heart monitor began to beep, and the medical team sprang back into action, working to revive me. Despite my initial sadness at leaving heaven, I felt a renewed sense of mission. Since that experience, my perspective on life has fundamentally changed. I view everything through the lens of eternity, understanding that our time on earth is temporary, but deeply meaningful. I no longer cling to material possessions or earthly concerns with the same intensity. My focus is on the eternal, knowing that one day I will return to that place of perfect peace and love. Sharing this story brings me immense joy, and I hope it inspires and uplifts others. It serves as a constant reminder of the incredible love and forgiveness that awaits us and the eternal home that is ours through faith.